changes.
Hello there everybody, my name is Nebno. Welcome back to the Minecraft Mention. Today is episode 6 of my Minecraft mod series, and today I'll be showing you guys the Spectrite mod, which is a really cool mod which adds in one new ore into your game, which is extremely rare to find, and it comes across all 3 dimensions, which you can use to craft different tools, chests, armors, items. Yeah, it's a very overpowered mod, so yeah, hope you guys enjoy. So this here is what the ore looks like. If it's in the overworld, it like spawns in stone. If it's in the nether, it's kind of spawns in netherrack, and then if it's in the end, it spawns in endstone. And you have different chances of finding this ore depending on the dimension you're in. So in the overworld, like diamonds, you can find it between Y levels 1 and 16, and the maximum vein size you can find it in is 4, and the minimum is 1. How the mod is coded means it's a very high chance of you finding a small vein like 1 or 2. It's quite rare to find them in veins of 4. But per chunk, which is just like this little 16 by 16 by 16 block here, there's only one chance of finding it in the overworld, so it's very rare to find, and if you do find it, you'll probably only find 1 or 2. It's really not very effective to mine in the overworld to find these. It's much better to go to the nether or the end to find them. In the nether, there's actually 2 chances of finding this ore per chunk, which is quite good, and it spawns between the Y levels of 1 and 127 in the nether. This is a bit easy to find. Also, the maximum vein size is 6 and the minimum is 1, so there's a higher chance of you getting more when you find it. Again, there's 2 chances of finding this ore per chunk in the end, but they actually spawn in from Y levels 4 and 55, and the maximum vein size is 10, and the minimum is also 10. So if you go into the end, no matter what, you're going to be able to find at least 10 or at least 20 of these ish per chunk, which is really good. So definitely, if you want to find them quickly, go to the end. But when you actually mine these ores, you get Spectrite Gems, which are really cool. They kind of like glimmer and they look really cool, like kind of like flattened diamonds and stuff, which you use to craft all of these lovely items here. So over here are the chests. It's not really special, they're like massive, they don't have like infinite storage. It's just really so you can brag to your friends saying, hey look, I can afford flipping Spectrite chests. So to get them, what you can do is you can surround 1 diamond by 8 Spectrite Gems to get a Spectrite chest, then you can also combine them. This here is a trap chest, which you're not going to open because it'll like, instead of redstone signal pops about the droppers, but you just make it by putting a tripwire hook in a crafting table with a Spectrite chest. But like I said, they're not really special, they're just so you can show off and say you're rich. These 2 items are very important, use them to craft all the tools. This is a diamond rod and this is a Spectrite rod, and to craft them you just craft them like sticks but with diamonds or Spectrite. When you do it, you don't get 4 like a normal stick, you only get 1, so they are quite expensive, but they are very useful. So you're probably wondering why there are 2 pickaxes here, and that's because you can get 2 different tiers depending on what you use to craft the pickaxe. So you can either get a normal one, or a normal Spectrite pickaxe, or a perfect Spectrite pickaxe. To craft a normal Spectrite pickaxe, you can take 2 diamond rods, and you put 3 Spectrite gems on top of them, and you get a nice pickaxe, which is really cool, looks quite nice in my hand and kind of glitters. But it has an ability, every 1.75 seconds, it will mine 5 blocks for you. So if I go over here, you can actually see like a little GUI. So if I go over here, I just mine. It'll kind of explode, and then you can see it has a little cooldown effect. So it's really cool, but it only works on like blocks that you can mine with a pickaxe, so it won't work on grass or gravel. It will just work on like stone, andesite, coal, that sort of stuff. But then if you want something a bit better, what you can do, instead of using diamond rods, you can use Spectrite rods, and now you have the perfect Spectrite pickaxe, which generally just has a better ability. Instead of doing 5 blocks, it breaks 9 blocks, and it makes a nice cool explosion sound, so that's pretty cool. Next up, we've got the Spectra Axis, and the normal one, like as you can guess, is probably made by diamond rods and Spectrite Gems, and the upgraded one is just the same as Spectrite rods. So let's get both of them out of this frame here. So out of the pickaxe, what you can do is you can break kind of like blocks that are affected by axes in a kind of like radius. But that's not very effective because obviously like you're not going to find a wall of wood or anything. But they are quite good weapons. Next up, we have the Spectrite Shovel and the Perfect Spectrite Shovel, and you make these just with 1 Spectrite Gem and 2 diamond rods or 2 Spectrite rods. And like the pickaxe and the axe, it just breaks either 5 blocks or 9 blocks, depending on the variety you use. So I can just go over here and I can break it, wait for the cooldown, and break it, just create a mine shaft down. I can move over to the normal one, create a smaller one, keep going down. But then once I reach stone, I can't really do it because, you know, it's not a very shovely block. I meant it's not a block that shovels use to break. Yeah, so those are all the tools. Now I've got the weapons. So here we've got the Spectrite sword and the perfect Spectrite sword. And you actually craft them with 2 diamond. And actually craft them like a sword with Spectrite Gems and the diamond rod or the Spectrite rod. But you need 2 diamonds on the side of it, and in this one here you still need 2 diamonds. It's pretty expensive, but it is a pretty good weapon. It has the same ability, being able to like break like blocks and stuff. But since it's not a tool, it does it actually gear. It's like an explosion, which will kind of attack mobs in the nearby vicinity. So the Spectrite sword does 8 attack damage, and then the perfect one does 9 attack damage. So if I just spawn in some creepers here, normal Spectrite sword, if we hit them, as you can see, it creates a little explosion, does some damage. But if we use the perfect one, come here, it has a larger vicinity of the explosion, and it just does a bit more damage, so it's really cool. Just use that and they just die. Yeah, it's a pretty good weapon. Next up we have the bow, the Spectrite Bow, perfect Spectra Bow, and actually Spectrite Arrow, which is really overpowered. So to create the Spectrite Bow, what you're going to do is you're going to get 3 string, 2 diamond rods, and a Spectrite rod, because obviously a bit kind of a bit like cheap if you just use 3 diamond rods. But to get the perfect one, you're going to use 3 Spectrite rods and 3 string. And in Spectral Arrows, you need 1 Spectral Gem, 1 stick, and 1 feather to create 1 Spectral Arrow, which is instant damage 2, disperse damage 2, which if you doesn't know, is kind of like the explosion radius thing. And then if you get critical hit, then it does instant damage 3 and disperse damage 3. This is the Spectrite Bow. Just pull back here. Oh, we missed. That's not good. Pull back and shoot this guy. Does a bit of an explosion and it just does a lot of damage. And if we use the perfect one, the explosion is a bit bigger and obviously it would kill most of the mobs. You can use normal arrows in the bow, but it's not as effective because it doesn't have like the mega damage. But it still works. You can still use it. If you're really rich in Spectrite arrows are the way to go. Next up we've got the shield, so we've got the Spectrite shield and the perfect Spectrite shield, and the difference between them is I don't know, I'm not really very familiar with shields. I mean, I don't do much 1.9 combat, but to get the Spectrite shield you can get 1 block of Spectrite, which is, as you might have guessed, just 9 Spectrite gems, and then you use like the shield kind of thing you do, and you get your Spectrite shield. Then to get a perfect Spectrite shield, you can do the same just with Spectrite, so there's a lot of Spectrite, and you get like a nice rainbow shield which you can have in your offhand, which can look awesome. Yeah, so I'm not sure what shield actually do. I think they block attack or something. I think the upgrade maybe just gives it more durability or blocks more of the attack. I don't know. But I think we should go over to the creepers and test out how good they do. Oh, they're all dead. Oh, there's one over there. Let's just spawn some more, and so spawn 1. If we block the Spectrite shield, we take... Oh, wow, no damage. But, oh, wow, it takes a lot of... Oh, okay, I think I understand how shields work now. Okay, so I think the only difference is that the perfect one has more durability or something. But I guess the... Oh, I don't actually know that, but the damage that you would have taken from the explosion is just dealt onto the shield. That's quite cool. Well, you learn something new. Next up, we have the Spectrite arm, which is really overpowered, and I'm really annoyed because no matter how, like this, I promise you, this armor stand is facing this way, like, because it's just this helmet, it's just facing south. No matter what I do, and it's really annoying me. Let's just get it off here. Yeah, it looks really cool. It kind of like glistens and stuff. It's very overpowered, and it gives you an extra like set of hearts and infinite regeneration one, so that's pretty cool. If we just get some creepers down here, you'll see that I take absolutely no damage with this armor on.
Are you sure about that?
It is so overpowered. If you go over here, right click, go on. Oh, I lied. We do take a bit of damage, but we barely take any damage. Plus that's extra heart, so basically we're taking no damage because that's like extra life. But it has quite high durability, which is quite good because it's very expensive. I've got to mention that you just craft it like normal armor with Spectrite, but it's very expensive to get 27 Spectrite, probably going to the end maybe and getting like a bunch there, but it is a very overpowered set of armor, so yeah, it's kind of worth it. Next up we've got some kind of like misc items. I don't know where to put these. This is the Spectrite compass, this is the Spectrite and the diamond ladder. These things don't really do anything, they're just really to show off to people and say how cool you are. Spectrite compass, you put 1 compass surrounded by Spectrites, which is honestly I think a huge waste because I don't even know what this points to. I mean, I know that the spawn point is right here because I said it, but it's just pointing me off in this direction, and if I go over here, like, I literally, before recording, spent like at least 10 minutes following this and it led to nothing. Just, I think we should do a time lapse and I'll just fly in this direction to eventually find something. That is if we actually ever find something. Whoa. Oh. What is this? Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm glad I actually did end up like following this. This is awesome. I noticed that in the mod you got this really cool brick and stuff. It's a Spectrite brick. It didn't show any crafting recipes, so I was assuming that you weren't actually able to obtain it as like a creative only item. But like, we just found it's like a where. You can tell I'm in England because it keeps raining. But this is awesome. This is like a temple. Got some Spectrite ladders here. Is there anything down here? Spectrite golems? What? This is awesome. I didn't even know about this. So it turns out the Spectrite compasses. What is this? Oh, it's like Spectrite lava. That's cool. So yeah, the Spectral compass is not lame. It takes you to this awesome place where you can get like really cool building blocks and what's in this chest and perfect pickaxes and axes. This is awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna save this this like this little cool thing, structure thing. If you guys to explore if you want to, if you want to download the mod. I'm sorry, Spectrite compass. Well, that was an adventure and a half. Right, next up we have the diamond ladder and the Spectrite ladder, which we actually store over in the biome. So to make these, you can use either diamond rods or Spectrite rods in like a ladder formula, and you actually get 28 ladders out of each crafting recipe. So it's like really like not like rip off, I guess that's the word. But they don't do anything. I tested it out before recording. Like you can't like go super quickly up and down these ladders. They just look cool, and for boasting to your friends that you're rich, you can afford this sort of luxury.
Ha! I have expensive ladders.
Shut up, you cheeky scrub. You're making me cry.
In this mod, every time a skeleton or zombie spawns, there's a chance it will spawn as a boss, which means it will have maybe full Spectrite gear, Spectrite weapons, healing orbs, which is an item I'm about to show you, and it's just generally a pretty tough boss to kill, because obviously if he hits you, then he'll do the explosion thing, and it's all very overpowered. And like I said, an object they might have is a Spectrite healing orb. So this is a really cool orb. Every 30 seconds you can right click with it and it will give you regeneration 1 for 15 seconds. But if you're already wearing the Spectrite armor, which gives you regeneration 1 forever, if you right click with this while wearing it, you get regeneration 2 for the 15 seconds until it runs out and you go back to regeneration 1. And the boss mobs actually hold this item, which makes it very hard to kill because they just regenerate if you get them down low. And there's a 50% chance to actually drop the item, so that's really cool. We also have 2 special weapons which do a lot of damage. This is the Spectrite Legend Blade, which is 10 attack damage and it has like instant damage 3 and dispersed damage 3. And then the perfect Spectrite Legend Blade does 11 damage and does instant damage 4 and dispersed damage 4. So these things are absolutely amazing weapons. And the perfect Spectrite Legend Blade is a really an overpowered weapon if we just like let someone in with her, because why the heck not? And I can show you how awesome this weapon is. I'll just wait for it to kind of get ready, and then we'll just like stab it in the face with this awesome weapon. Alright, so keep watching the little health bar up there. You're gonna see it go bang. Look at that, there's so much damage. You can see all the dispersion effect in there. 3 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits, 6 hits, 7 hits, 8 hits. 8 hits, 6 down to absolutely no health. It takes basically 9 hits to kill as well, which is absolutely insane. Very overpowered weapon, which you can get, of course, by slaying the boss mobs. So that is England. So that is the Spectrite mod, a really cool mod. I actually learned 2 things in the episode. I learned that the Spectrite compass is not useless. Also learned what shields do. Sounds pretty cool. Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!